Oh, there.
All right, hello, everyone. It is Tuesday, March 24th at 6:30. Call this meeting to order, the select board, and I'll have a motion to accept the agenda. So, motion by Ms. Slagle, seconded by Ms. Harrison, all in favor? Aye. Unanimous. Scituate Select Board, we encourage an environment of respect during our meetings, encourage all members to interact in a polite manner, even when there's disagreement. And we value the participation of everyone in the community. We want all participants, including marginalized and organized communities, to feel welcome and respected. We urge our committee members and everyone who participates to commit to these standards, to support and respect our community, and participate in an orderly and peaceful manner. With that, are there any Zoom-ins or walk-ins? See anyone from? See none. So we'll go to the report of the town administrator.
Good evening. I'll be very brief this evening. First off, yes, the gazebo on Call Parkway has been removed. Just want to let people know, if they haven't already found out, there is a capital item on the annual town meeting warrant to replace the gazebo. If for some reason we can't have the new gazebo in place for the start of the summer concert series, we will have temporary staging available for the summer concert. So please don't worry about the summer concerts. They will go up as usual. Woods Walk Golf Course, dog walking has ended. Golf course will open Friday, April 3rd. A lot of work to do out there, so thank you for everybody who walked all winter, took care of the course. I'll see you in the woods and the sand traps and the water when I start playing again. Shell fishing is now open. Shell fishing flats in the South River are open. They're open now through May 31st. Licenses to the town clerk's office. Scituate Health Department is announcing that they're having the Dana-Farber mammography van on 2 dates. Thursday, April 30th and June 11th. From 7 a.m. to 3:15 p.m. The van will be in the St. Luke's Episcopal Church parking lot across from the town hall. If you need a registration, so please call 617-632-1974. 2 items from the town clerk. Annual special town meeting is going to be held on Monday, April 13th, 7 o'clock, Scituate High School Gymnasium. Last day to register to vote, if you're not already registered in Scituate, is Friday, April 3rd. Town election is June 6th, 2026. Hours to be determined. There are still open positions left on the ballot, which people have not pulled any papers. If you're interested, please see the town clerk. Last day to take out papers is April 17th. Finally, tonight, we want to remind people that transfer station stickers expire next Tuesday. Please don't wait till Tuesday to come in. There'll be a big line, so please come in and renew your transfer station stickers for the upcoming year. That's really what I have for tonight. Happy to answer any questions, but I know that we want to get on to some business.
Questions?
Thank you.
Just one question. The gazebo replacement, is that the exact same design? Or
Won't be the-
have we?
Won't be the exact
discussed
same. We're still
design?
looking at what we're
Okay.
going to get. Pam's kind of pricing out some stuff. It's not going to look exactly the same, but it'll be the same basic design.
Okay. And good for concerts.
Yeah.
Possibly better design for concerts. Okay. We just want to make sure. I thought so.
There was talk about almost like one that would be specifically for concerts, but we really want to put kind of the gazebo back. So it'll be close to the same design. The other ones that just have a diagonal top over them to direct the sound, but one, they're really expensive, and two, I don't think they're going to fit what people want now.
Okay.
All right.
It will be on that, it'll be on contract, it'll be more than 50.
Right, right.
All right.
So Rogues Gallery.
Yeah.
Thanks.
All right. So first on our agenda, water treatment plant. We have a presentation. Yes. Here, yes. Burn. And Bob, we got Polk Road. This will talk about some change order.
Yeah.
All right, how are you?
Good.
How are you doing?
well.
Well, thank you as always for having us. Today we'll present some updates and progress and then get into our change order request. So just going through the agenda here, we'll have the project status, construction progress, with some great photos that just show the progress there, upcoming construction activities. We'll review our change order requests, and then close it out with our ongoing coordination that we have on the project and questions or comments. to date. So we have 671 submittals that have been completed and reviewed. To note, we have 2 that are open and then 3 open requests for information. Of the submittals that we're anticipating, it will really be like startup review, O&M manuals. We've completed review of all of our major equipment that is on site. For schedule, so we're still approved schedule with substantial completion of December 2026 and final completion June 2027. And as of our pay rec that was approved for February, we're 65.2% through progress by payment and 62.4% by final completion date. Next one. Right, so appreciate that we get these drone photos from the town. This just continues to show like the magnitude and progress, and really we're collecting each one, so hopefully we can have a nice like flip slide of the progress over the duration of construction there.
So that was actually this morning. Jeff came in early to take it this morning.
Yeah, that's
I saw a little
awesome.
teeny bit of snow,
Yeah, I know. You can tell by the snow, like
like where it's
when this photo took place.
in the completion of the roof.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I can note on the roof, I did confirm with the contractor that by end of May, so you see quite a bit that's not complete there, the whole portion to the left, but he did note that there's going to be a full roof on by end of May. And progress to date, so concrete pours, we're pretty much through. We just have miscellaneous pours that are remaining. Masonry is about 60% through, so there's still quite a bit of walls that need to be built up. Structural steel also making a lot of great progress, 96% complete. Really, those percents come in based on our RPR review and the review of our pay recs, so that's why they're so specific. And we've done process pump installation, mechanical, electrical, plumbing, the building envelope, as you can see, is coming together, and then site utilities. Just some photos there. We have to the left the IT room that's being framed out, making a lot of progress. Looking at the opposite side of where garage is at the far end there, but you can just see the progress. That's where the back side of the building loading bay will be located. And then to the right, we have our garage bays. They're working on the overhead door, framing those up. Then a nice finished room as we're working through the electrical room, so that's nice and watertight. They've been making great progress there. Middle photo shows some great progress on the roof, and then some of the steel coming in by the crane, just showing that progress on that section of the roof there.
An action shot.
Yeah, nice action photo. And what to expect, so like I mentioned, we have a few more concrete pours, but pretty minor. Structural steel, quite a bit of just the 40% left of masonry, making sure that's all buttoned up. Continue to have the process equipment installation and mechanical, electrical, plumbing. So we continue to see all of that. And then there is work at the old Oaken Bucket, the raw water pump stations. We're anticipating raw water, the generator commissioning at that site. Now for
my turn.
change order.
For the fun stuff.
The fun stuff.
So yeah, I take over here because Lauren wasn't involved with the design, so it's not really fair to put her on the spot, but I'm happy to take questions. So you can see from the photos that the contractor made a lot of tremendous progress, working very well with the contractor. I'm very pleased with their progress and the relationship that we've built over the last year or so. Lauren and the team are doing a great job working with the contractor and your OPM to negotiate change orders, which we're going to talk about. I'm actually proud of where we're at to date. I know every project of this size and complexity has some challenges. I am proud of the fact that we're only at 1.41% change orders to date. That includes numbers 1, 2, and 3 that we've been before this body before to discuss. The total contingency allowed and required actually by Mass DEP is 5%. So that totals just over $2.9 million. You see that number there at the bottom. Change orders 1 through 3 are $828,000, which leaves your remaining contingency of $2.1 million left. And again, as Lauren stated, we're about 65% of the way through the project. So we're trending very, very well. We're before you tonight to talk about the next change order. It will be change order number 4. There's 3 items. They're shown Yep, they're shown there. We'll talk about each one individually. Combined, they will sum to $312,041.42, which will be another 0.53 of the contract value. And again, 65% of the way through construction will still be under 2% total change orders on this project. So I want to emphasize that none of this is rework. I came before you last time, and you'll recall that there was an error on our plans. We owned up to that error, and we actually helped mitigate some of the costs by doing some work on the sewer project at no cost to the town. There's no rework here. All the numbers have been fully vetted with your OPM and talked about with the Public Works Department. So, move to the next slide, please. So these are the buckets. We've broken these into sort of 3 buckets of work. This is the first one, concrete modifications and miscellaneous structural. So I'm not going to read the 2 bullet items there. Really what this 138,000 relates to is now we know the actual equipment that will be provided. There's when we specify something, we have to specify or equal. There's a lot of different options for the different types of equipment that we can get, sizes, configurations, where the pipes come in, where the pipes leave. And then the overall physical size, not just the length and width, but the height. These are changes that relate to modifications largely for the structural elements to those, concrete pads, other concrete supporting framework, the penetrations through the walls that relate to changes from the sort of, I'll call it, a standard design or an assumed design. I would rather have a change order in front of you for 138 than design a bulletproof slab way bigger than you need to, just as an example, and then have to fight with a contractor to reduce that down to what the actual piece of equipment is. So these relate to changes that are based on the actual pieces of equipment, which we now know because of the submittal process that we've gone through. I'll pause there for questions.
Again, so our OPMs looked at this all makes sense. And again, this is once you're actually in the building, you're actually looking at what's there, actually knowing again, I'm trying to explain it to folks. All right, here we go. And then now we know, so we have to
and I will add that, our structural team, within our existing budget has been working very closely with the contractor to keep these numbers down and really right size all of the equipment pads, the penetrations, and they've offered a credit to the town, which is reflected in that 138. So they offered just a $12,600 credit to the town for the work that we've done on the town's behalf to work with them and make it easier.
No, I
Yeah.
did meet with you earlier on these and asked all my questions then, and I appreciate the credit as well. Yeah, I mean, this is just, as we go through the, building, this is, we have to fine tune things, so I think that's the message here.
Thank you. Item number 2, we've titled architectural siding, insulation, and paint scope reduction. So in looking at this, I wish I reordered these because the third bullet down, resize electrical room doorway and equipment clearance, that sort of falls into that same bucket as I was just describing. We now know the electrical equipment that goes into that room. We needed a larger door. The alternative would have been to design a large door. You get a small piece of equipment. Now you've wasted your money. So for access now and moving forward, we felt that the bigger door was necessary. So aside from that item, the others, well, the top 2, the building envelope and the strengthening the sill insulation, relate to an alternate siding product that we feel is going to be longer lasting and is a better look, and quite frankly, a better product than what we had originally specified. Along with that comes the last bullet item, which is a reduction in the painting scope that relates mostly to that improved facade. So the paint scope reduction is shown there as 37,000. That's reflected in the 66. So 66 is what we're asking for tonight for item number 2.
And that was painting to places that didn't need to be painted, like in the basement or the lower levels.
Which frankly becomes a maintenance concern down the road.
Becomes a maintenance concern down the road.
Okay.
All right, item 3. The The top one, again, the same bucket as the, we now know the exact pieces of equipment. So it was adjustments to the installation and anchoring of some of the process equipment. It's more the laboratory process, which is why we put it under item number 3. The second bullet there, installation of chemical waste and modifications of hot water and utility connections. That's the embarrassing one from me. That was omitted from the original plans. It's important to note it's not rework. If it had been shown on the original plans, it would have been in your bid. So part of the 107 is to include, hot water to the laboratory, and then some of the waste and vent lines to the outside tight tank, which receives analyzer waste from your laboratory. And the last, second to last bullet item, changes to process piping and valves. That was to, we had specified a certain type of valve in discussions with the water department. We want to switch that type of valve to a type of valve that the operations staff is more familiar with, something that's more in line with what's in the current plant, although newer, of course, because it's similar operability to the existing facility.
This is something.
Our operators took a look and saw what was approved in the submittals and what was on there. And in the plans, you can't say, I want this type of valve. It has to be this type of valve or approved equal. The contractor came back with a different type of valve setup, and they requested that they switch to the other valve, just so familiarity, they can repair them, work them better, and do whatever. So, that was important for us that we get that and that they're comfortable with it working as a plan.
It's kind of from our employees.
Yeah. Yep. And it shows you the involvement that they've had in it
Great.
from step to step, so.
Later, we'll show up. Hey, what's going on? Brand new. That's good. That's helpful. Questions on this?
I just have some remarks on the overall, all 3, if you don't mind. I assume in the bid set that was awarded, there were penetrations and structural issues there to take care of this equipment, whatever it was alleged that we didn't know what it was. So that was all part of the original agreement. So these changes are above and beyond that, because now we actually have additional penetrations or modified penetrations, and we have enhanced equipment or better equipment, or where do we go from A to B? Because you had basically a whole operating plant in the original bid, and now we have these changes. But there were funds allocated for those. You can't have a plant without penetration.
Right.
So
Yeah, I think it falls.
where do we go from A to B?
I think it falls into many of the things you just mentioned. In some cases, it's additional piping required to go to and from the equipment. The conduits may be in slightly different locations, which would have an impact to the rebar. The size of the physical size of the equipment pad is dependent on whether you buy the generator from CAT or another company, those sorts of things. So yeah, I acknowledge all of that was shown, but again, to use my bad analogy, if we're specifying a microphone,
You hate that microphone.
so I would make a note of that for later thing. So if we're specifying a microphone, they're all going to work. Some might work a little better. They all are going to meet spec. They can hear me, up front and on television. We could design this table to support that, and then you'd be paying for it up front, and then we'd be negotiating with the contractor to reduce the size of the table during design. We take an average microphone, again, sticking with my poor analogy, and design, an average table. If they give us a microphone that's a little bigger than that, we're going to need to expand the table or change the wiring location.
I just want to make sure people that are watching this understand.
Yeah.
It's
No,
not
it's
anything,
great question.
But you've enhanced, the final design is even more advanced than it was in its original package.
Correct.
Thank you.
Yeah, when we did the outside, the pools and the plastic went further, because we have more space to use, that we can get more, so we're gonna go all the way to the top.
It's good to see, Mr. Chairman, that it's still well within the contingency.
Perfect segue to the next slide.
1.8, right?
So, the total again of these 3 different items that we've bucketed is 312,041.42, another 0.53% of the contract value. Total change orders, including this one, should it go forward, $1.14 million, $178.70, which is 1.94% of contract value. And that will leave should it go forward, 1.795812 in remaining contingency, which is 61% of contingency remaining at about 65, and that was a month ago, so we've made some progress since then.
Sixty percent of our contingencies for 3-ish
And,
percent.
and yes, and as you get closer to the end of the project, the opportunities for other things to arise gets less.
I'm misremembering, was there something that was included in the contingency already?
Oh, you mean the earlier stuff that we did? The earlier ones?
Like the last meeting was, I don't have my right notebook,
Oh, yeah, the,
but there was,
First, right?
yeah, the first 3 change orders. Yes. What are you talking about?
no, there was like, it was like a small amount, it was like,
Are you referring to allowances? First, there were certain items in the bid that were allowances to cover then unknown items. That's a separate pool.
it's not included in the contingency.
Correct. That the contingency is a separate bucket for items such as this.
Okay, and that's what I.
Motion. Motion.
Sure, good motion.
Move to approve change order number 4 for a total of $312,041.42, inclusive of the following. Item 1, concrete modification and miscellaneous structural work, $138,406.86. Item 2, architectural siding, insulation, and paint scope reductions, $66,042.15. And item 3, laboratory plumbing and venting for chemical waste tank miscellaneous process work, $107,592.41.
Moved by Mr. Gilmore, seconded by Ms. Harrison. All in favor?
Aye.
It's unanimous. Now, while we have these folks here, it's coming up later in the evening.
Since Rob always has to give bad news.
Now we can give some good news.
Okay. Oh, you want me to share?
Absolutely.
So the
It's on the agenda, but later.
I must have looked at an old version.
Today.
Okay. The town has been approved for $27 million through the intended use plan for Mass DEP's SRF funding program.
This is huge.
We submitted an application.
Big deal.
I'm not a betting man, so I'll keep my thoughts to myself, but that's huge news for the town. Low interest loan. We're still looking at other, grant programs. There was a $5 million grant that was issued, but this is great news for the town of Scituate, 27 million through that program. Every year there's a very competitive application process. However much money they have, they rank the projects that submitted. They draw the line at when the funding runs out and you're above that line. So congratulations.
What's a possible interest rate? Not going to hold any. What are we hoping?
2%.
2% versus what's the interest rate?
1.5 to 1.9 because we're in a BTA community.
Oh, even better.
We went.
1.5 if it's 20 years, 1.9 if it's 25.
Oh, for
1.5?
Oh, at least.
It could be because of
We
that.
went on the market, it would be in the 4 to 5 range at least.
Sure.
Right now.
4 or 5, so it's
So,
cutting the things.
half.
Yes.
It's huge.
Well done.
I thought Rob should. at least-
Thank you for allowing me that opportunity, Jim. Appreciate it.
And it's just on later on to open and close the
warrants,
warrants
we
for,
get it
to
on.
get it on the town meeting. for
Perfect,
April
yeah.
3rd, for April 13th.
That's fantastic. There are some specific deadlines that go along with accepting money from the SRF program, and if you get this on spring town meeting, you'll be well ahead of that. So
Trying to move
Yeah.
this along.
that's
And it saves money.
exceptionally
Time is
good,
money.
exceptionally good news.
Thank you. This is great.
Thank you very much. Appreciate your time as always.
Yeah. I heard the motion, but I didn't know that you voted.
Oh, we voted.
Oh, yeah, we're
Yeah.
unanimous.
Okay.
Yeah.
First thing I
Great. Sure, you got it.
Okay.
Don't kill the sale, Steve.
Should we re-vote? I don't know.
Yes.
That is-
It might change.
I mean,
Thank you.
Friday.
cut off the press.
So for the board, I'd probably wait maybe a month and a half, and then you want to get back and look. Yeah. Right now, there's not really not a lot to look at.
Oh, you mean a visit to the water treatment plant? Yeah.
Let's let it dry up a little bit.
Yeah, I know.
We're in mud
Put
season.
our waders on, right?
Mud season.
No melt.
It's the season of mud.
You guys, I sent you guys the 3-week look at every week, so you keep track.
Yeah,
Yeah.
all right.
I think this is good, at least, okay, call me crazy. This is kind of good news. This is good news. I like this next one for this contract. So Kevin.
Water main replacement?
Yes,
Yeah.
I love water main replacements, you know it.
So this contract is for water main replacement. We're gonna continue moving down 3A. And one of the areas, we're gonna start where we left off and go all the way down to First Parish. One of the things that we wanna do is replace the water line there because we're gonna be getting extended flows. Wow, pretty cool. We're gonna be getting extended flows through the water treatment plant, and we wanna replace the old transite pipe and get rid of that, because we're afraid it could break if there's a lot of movement going on. So.
Yeah, but this is actually 2 pipes, right?
So there's 2 pipes for part of it, and it'll tie into the work we just did in the Old Forge neighborhood. And then what we're doing is, as I had said before, we're bringing one of our wells from the Old Forge neighborhood that's actually connected to another well, and we're setting it up so we can run it through the treatment plant. So if we ever had a PFAS issue in the future, we could run those 2 wells through there and take care of that. So it's thinking ahead.
New service line and a raw water line from the wells to the plant.
So this is, right, so again, people should know this too. This is, again, thinking in the future, in case there's another issue from the well, we can actually treat it, so we're not doing this
Correct.
7 years from now, and now it's costing 7 times as much.
Correct. It saves a lot of money, and we don't know what the future PFAS rules and regulations are gonna be. So if we had to treat it, we'd want to treat at the plant or mix the water in order to get it squared away and meet all the criteria by
And
DEP.
replacing the service line, since the new plant's closer, we don't wanna put the new plant online and blow out the service line because we have more pressure on the line, so
Where's this money coming from?
water.
Yeah, and this is all in the 20, so the longer term plan that.
It's part of our yearly update. So this is the section we're doing. Included in this bid is an additional 1,500 feet down in Humrock. As we've been doing, we've been picking away. We're gonna pick away down Central Ave and do a couple sections of Humrock so that we can start improving that slowly but surely.
I mean, yeah, no question, right? Makes sense.
I do not have questions. It was the lower bid of the other one. The lowest pulled out because they couldn't do it or they couldn't make something.
So what happened is when we did the last project on 3A, we had a lot of problem with settlement and everybody was complaining how bad the road was. So one of the things that were required in this project is flow fill. So the idea of the flow fill is there'll be less settlement. There'll be plates on the road, but the road won't settle as much so that you'd be able to pave the trench in a quicker basis. So the contractor who withdrew did not include the flow fill. So they were under the assumption that the state would waive it. They thought it was a state requirement. One of the things that we were looking for, and even if that was the case, if they missed it, it was kind of a big thing that they did miss it. They missed the bid item. So we allow them to withdraw.
And what is the time frame on starting this construction?
So we're gonna schedule with the contractor once we award the contract, probably assuming April. You know, we might be starting as early as April. We're gonna look at it. We might start him in Humrock first to get as far of his main line as he can and get that all tied in. And I don't think we'd be able to get all the services over in time for summer. We would get out of there and then come back maybe in the later part of the season and connect each individual house up. But then we would.
Thinking with the conjunction with those schools right there.
And if you start in Humrock's probably 3 weeks, 4 weeks work.
Yeah, it's not a lot of work, but you know, April, I mean, it'd still be why school's going on. They'll be out in 3A. But their time limits they'll probably be off the road. Hopefully, you know, by 3. The contract starts from 9 to 3 unless we get waivers and they're doing a good job and traffic isn't that bad. We would get a waiver from the state because remember, it's a state road.
School should be in and out by the time of that.
Yeah.
I mean, it'll still be traffic. It's, you know,
Construction pretty good.
Yeah, no.
That was
It is.
on paving.
Barbara,
Move that the select board award the contract 26-WA-01 for phase 6B of the water main replacement project to Selco Construction Corporation for $1,780,280.94.
There's a Gilmore second.
Second.
Mr. Slagle, all in favor? Aye, it's unanimous.
excellent. The next contract's very exciting. It is for a new cover for the salt shed. We've got a fabric cover on our salt shed, and I believe they said it would last about 8 to 10 years. I think it's been on there about 15 years, and we're starting to rip through in some different locations. Maybe not 15, but maybe 14. And the problem that obviously we don't want our salt to get wet. So we went through Sourcewell, the same company that installed it. ClearSpan will be putting a new cover on it. And that cost us $76,126.
Approve this, actually for a little bit.
Motion?
It's less.
I mean, the only benefit of the harsh winter is we don't have to move as much salt as we normally would, because the salt shed's not full,
Peter Finnegan.
but.
All right, take a motion.
Move that the select board vote to approve the contract to ClearSpan for the amount of $76,126 for the purchase and installation of the salt shed cover.
Mr. Gerber, seconded by
Second.
Mr. Slagle, all in favor?
Aye.
It's unanimous.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Traffic. Thank goodness.
Water eventually.
Yes. Nancy, how are you?
Good, thank you. How are you?
I am excited to talk about it.
Yes, you have previously approved this easement for National Grid up at the new Hatherley Cushing School. But they've asked to have an amendment to the easement, and they swear this will be the last amendment they asked for.
Easement amendments. All right. So the big difference here. Here it is, instead of goal.
They're moving the handholds to the proper locations and adding one.
Handholds.
that's these things, I think. Right?
The little one.
Yeah,
Heavy
Yeah.
duty handholds.
not the poles, we already approved
Yeah,
the
the
poles.
whole
These
19.
things right here.
Just the
It seems like
handhold.
they're out there now and doing it and realize it needs to be moved. To make it work better for the site, is how I understand it.
Yeah, it's.
So it seems like it seems not a uncommon thing. That you wanna make, once you're on site, you're fine tuning.
Who,
I
we
don't-
should allow the new school, that we have proper electrical lines secured. Or just let them
I do.
flapping
Or they
around.
can just run on generators. for
Children
them.
can run around. I don't think so.
Yes, it makes sense.
Should we?
Motion?
Motion, please.
Move to
Say-
grant an amendment to the easement for the installation of above ground and below ground equipment on Anavino Road for the new Cushing Hatherley School.
Mr. Gilmore, seconded by Ms.
Second.
Harrison. All in favor?
Aye.
Every time we have a meeting at the school building, they're asking about colors. I'm like, if you wanna know colors, I'll have my wife come.
I don't know.
I have no
Colors
idea.
of what?
Oh,
Everything.
Carpeting, window
The fritted
treatments.
windows, the sunshades.
I can give him advice on carpet.
He's
colors.
good at like.
They're-
They
Oh,
picked
yeah,
out-
you should go to the carpet.
We should send our flooring expert.
They picked out the carpet.
You don't wanna ask me colors,
Send out
everything we
flooring
like.
Wait,
That'd
it
be
looks like
wonderful,
waves.
those little kids.
The schools.
Oh my god. I hope AI picks that up.
Yeah, all right.
Administrator.
I was in Catholic school, I think that was like.
Right?
Let's talk about toilets.
Okay,
Oh, this is great news.
so on the
Yes.
Good news.
We got a lot of good news today.
Toilets at beaches, good news.
So on the capital plan is a recommended project for a permanent trailer restroom like we piloted at Egypt Beach for the last 2 seasons. We reached out to the company also through Sourcewell, which is a purchasing cooperative. to see the lead time, and the lead time had gotten longer to 6 to 8 weeks. So if we wait until town meeting, we might not have it in time for the season, and we have to rent one for $36,000. So what we're asking is if the board would consider approving the purchase of the trailer now, 100% from the beach revolving fund, and in 2 weeks, if it's approved, it was already 50% from beach revolving, we'll just move 50% to general fund. We're just so we can place the order. We're not going to be paying for it up front, and that will at least knock a few weeks off of it. And you saw the rendering of it. And I have only one question for you is, do you just want the seal, or do you want the seal in town of Scituate under it?
Which seal are we gonna use?
I was just going to use the black and white, the crisp black and white seal.
With the Indian or with the boat?
I wasn't going to use the Sea Scituate because it's not our seal, but we can use the Sea Scituate.
Use the Sea Scituate.
Okay, you want to use Sea Scituate?
Yeah.
I would put town in Scituate.
Okay.
I wanted the photo of Tony Vignani.
Yeah, it is a
He
smart.
loved this idea.
Name it after Tony.
Can we name the?
I hope that gets on there.
The
He hears that.
Tony toilets.
The Tony Vignani.
We love you, Tony. I just
Tony room.
didn't love the idea.
But it's a smart toilet, so we should like that.
It is smart.
Tony
It is
Vignani.
And it's got
Yeah,
UV disinfection, and
the beach
Can
one,
we
you do
name-
the beach thing.
so I will,
But
I am agnostic, whatever.
Okay.
I like the beach one, I like the beach one with the ton of Scituate, and I will say that
Good marketing.
I do wanna say, like, cause I was at the beach commission, it was either last week or the week before, it's kind of all flowing together. But this is, they're very much in favor of the toilet, they did a survey, you know how much you love surveys, but, it found out what we know, big issues of parking and sanitation. They got great feedback on the toilets and would love to have the smart toilets I know it's not feasible, but, folks do want them at other, locations, even though it's difficult cost-wise. I know, this is one at a time, but it's,
this is,
Yeah, it's
this one's
possible,
the
it's
one that makes sense.
a lot more expensive, and then,
Yeah.
you know, after we buy, let's say we have 3 or 4 of these, and we have to replace the put We
Right,
can't leave them there in the winter time, so we'll have a place to put all those trails, but.
We've got some green space right next to the town hall.
anyway, I think they got a lot of good feedback. It's a wise thing to spend our beach, money on,
and I do want
a
to,
beach improvement.
call out to the company because they have held their price for 2 years. The only thing that increased was transport.
As is the more expensive.
Yeah, and may I ask the pin, Jamie's pin, is that what you want as the logo?
Yes.
Sure.
Okay,
You
Yeah.
can't see that part, but.
So the,
The boat.
I have one too.
The boat.
The boat, yeah.
It's a boat.
yeah, with the lighthouse and the,
Don't like Irish moss.
I call it the modern
yeah,
one.
okay. I just want to make sure that, and it's white because it's $6,000 more for blue. So white's pretty,
Sure, where can we put it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're on the budget.
Motion, move.
that's how we should. pick
Mr. Chair,
colors.
motion.
Please, yes. I'm sorry,
Move
yes.
to award contract to NIU Smart Toilets for Nobiligo Green Station bathroom trailer in the amount of $105,615 in order for the unit to be available for the summer season.
One more second. Ooh, who's gonna get that one? Ms. Schlegel. I guess. All in favor?
Aye.
It is
Thank you.
unanimous.
Aye.
Very good.
Should be able to keep the unanimous going. The food pantry lease expires next month, so, I didn't bother calling, we put it on, we extend it for another year, it's been the same, the old dates, same terms. They're very happy there, and seems to be going well, aside from the usual problem we have with the building that would be having.
Same terms?
Yep.
Okay, so it's 800 plus 100 for the trash removal,
Yes, sounds about right.
equals 900 total.
Yeah.
And it's not costing us more than that.
I mean, we're.
That's my only question, I know like heating costs are high, everything's higher.
But back with Kevin Kelly, we used to sort of 25% floor space.
Mm-hmm.
So when I transfer it monthly, I do 25%, the bill up to $800. So
Okay,
sometimes it's a little less, but usually it's right around target.
But it's about, okay, I think it's a good message.
It is a great
That,
message.
like, it is not, we're
Yeah.
giving them a break, but it's not costing the town
They're chipping in.
for that.
So
Yes.
we'd be heating the building anyways.
Oh, I know, we would, yes.
Motion.
When are we gonna hear from the Grantham group and their update of that?
I was just thinking, we still haven't received, the paperwork from the state that would actually kick off the process. They filed with the state.
Grantham Group was supposed to be at, CPC this last week, but he was ill, so he's coming to the next.
They filed the paperwork with the state, now the state's supposed to send us out to us, and then
Yeah.
that starts the process. We haven't got it yet, have we, Sharon? We still have, we were expecting in January, we still haven't got it.
Right. He did come in January.
So the state that wants us to build affordable housing, big effort.
They're backed up. It's the beginning of the year, Mr. Chairman.
Oh, my God.
I'll stop a little smirk.
Motion?
Please.
Move to grant an extension of the existing license agreement between the town of Scituate and the Scituate Food Pantry for a one-year period commencing April 2nd, 2026 through April 1, 2027 at $900 per month for a portion of the property located at 327 First Parish Road, Old Gates Intermediate School.
Second.
Moved by Mr. Romer, second by Mr. Schlegel.
Aye.
Aye, it's unanimous. All right, next, this is, again, fabulous news. Nancy, are you okay? Are you with us?
Well, good.
Can't lose you. Yeah.
I've had enough caffeine to float me for the next 2 years.
Right.
Oh, good.
Again, folks at home, when we take this up at town meeting, this is a promise fulfilled. Talking about sewer for years and years and years and years. And our ability to get a 2% interest rate, the fact that the state is allowing us to enter this program, we're not gonna wait. It's just too important, so it's fantastic news.
We could have posted a special town meeting for June, would have cost us $8,000 for that.
Yeah, no, let's move this quick.
And this is another reason why we don't want that 30-day
Yeah, I have the motion. for
in the
you.
other. I have one change on the article. This is Article 6 now. Select men, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 lines down, change to select board.
That's it.
And that's it. Otherwise, excellent.
I see that, okay.
And this language has been approved by town council, and adding it to your agenda was approved by bond council and.
Awesome.
So as Rob said, it's the low interest, that 27 million, you've got a $5 million grant from the state. I finished and put in a $5 million request for direct appropriation from Representative Keating's office. I have a high degree of confidence that that will be one of his requested projects. Doesn't mean we'll get it, but I think he'll ask for it. And then I'll be filling out that same application for Senators Markey and Warren. And I'll actually be asking for 10 million because they have a higher ask amount. So,
Yeah.
hopefully we'll get some more direct money from the feds. That's
Fantastic.
Again, motion?
Please.
Move that the select board open the warrant for the April 13, 2026 special town meeting to add an article for the North Scituate Sewer Expansion Construction in order to qualify for the 2027 Mass Clean Water Trust intended use plan that would provide low interest financing, and then close the warrant for the April 13, 2026 special town meeting.
Second.
Mr. Gilmore, seconded by Mr. Schlegel, all in favor?
Aye.
Unanimous.
Yeah.
On to,
Mr. Chairman, I have a question.
of course,
Is the board amenable to having another 3 committee meeting to discuss this project with the advisory committee and the capital planning committee? We were able to see your space at the community room at the library on April 1st. Is that something you could be thinking about?
April 1st is, what day is that?
It's a Wednesday.
I cannot do that.
I think it's next Wednesday.
So Wednesday. I couldn't do Wednesday. We don't need all of us to be there.
Or we could try to get the senior center, it's just a community room, that was the only day they got open the
We
next
only
two
need 3 people to be there, right?
You got
Unless, I mean, we don't
recognition
need
on 5 o'clock.
Would the Thursday be better, the second?
Thursday's not good for me. Next Thursday would not be good.
But if 3 of us make.
I could go to the first, but I would have to miss the rec commission meeting.
You can decide after the meeting, I'm sorry, I didn't.
Yeah.
Stall you.
Thursday. Yeah, we'll decide. Okay. See,
New business.
new business, sorry. Discuss a vote, so some seasonal alcohol beverage license renewals. A couple of things to talk about this. Number one, which I'm not, the first one is the Scituate Beach Association. I'm not a member, used to be, not a member anymore.
I am no longer a member either.
I do know, just in general, when we do these for seasonals, just so folks know, one, have to understand the community and the respect of the community and folks around, especially with noise and other issues, and also with the 7-Eleven to understand, we have to make sure that owners and everyone understands, the proper usage and placement of products to make sure that things are behind the counter, and things are not out. So many children and kids certainly use that, the 7-Eleven so much. And again, even with the Scituate Beach Association, making sure that all the kids that are involved, make sure that happens. So I just want to
They
make
have
sure
an excellent
take
record.
nurse.
They have a very good record, and also, I don't think there's been any complaints on the 7-Eleven.
Why is it seasonal on 7-Eleven? I'm confused by that.
We don't have a package store annual, any available, so they get a seasonal.
So
Summer.
just for
They go
the
from
summer, they can
April-
sell
April-
the hard
April-
goods
yeah.
from
Sell
night.
beer and wine.
Till
Okay.
January 15th, they have an annual malt and wine.
Okay.
Yep.
And I think
And
the issue is.
there's, I've definitely heard complaints about, the beach association, from abutters with trash and children and stuff like that. Let the record show.
Motion?
Can you refresh my memory too, just on the one thing on the 7-Eleven, they're open later than they're allowed to sell alcohol.
Yeah.
Isn't that the issue? And the issue is they need
This
to make
goes
sure,
to 11.
right, and they need to make sure to stop selling at 11 there. That's why we had talked to them about having it in one location,
So it's not.
so that they're able to control it, and that's what.
We can put it on our
Yeah,
radar for our enforcement officers, make sure.
Right.
there's law enforcement.
right.
It's not a problem.
Okay, I mean, that's my biggest thing is all the boys we have.
Motion?
Motion.
Yes. This is a three-parter here.
You were talking about the SBA.
Oh,
Oh, yeah,
Or do you
comments?
have a
Yeah,
comment? Or
comment, I'm
there's
sorry.
people online too, I don't know.
and-
I don't know if any of them want 2 people online, no comment.
Do you have comment?
I did. and
Oh,
it's
sure,
fine.
yeah.
Yeah, do you want me to sit here and talk? I mean,
Sure,
no,
yeah, just name and address and.
Maybe you could come up so that
It is good for them to come up to the presenter's table, yes.
otherwise we can't hear on TV.
Sure, yeah, if you come up,
Okay.
we have this whole new, everyone says our audio has been bad, but now we have this new thing.
What is it, that thing?
That thing, it's much better.
See,
The
now
tower.
you're,
This?
now you're online,
Yeah.
look at that, you can see
It's
yourself.
your moment of fame.
See the little like,
Yes.
Tower of power.
I don't need it. I don't need that. Yeah.
Just so people can hear.
I'm Joanne Wyckoff and I live at 154 Turner Road. I'm just looking for a pen. So if I need, and I'm also co-founder of the Scituate Salt Marsh Stewardship Initiative. And we came, I know this is a liquor license hearing. We always come to the liquor license hearing to talk about things related to liquor licenses, which liquor licenses bring lots and lots of cars. And I know that last year, Jim, you told us to take it up with Jen, and we did, about they need to put up new conservation markers. And I've been in touch with Pete Minnick about it, but I just wonder if it's going to get done. And the other thing,
This is the parking
the
lot?
parking lot, because liquor brings parking.
The SBA.
At the SBA. And then it brings pollution, and we had, hopefully, we were going to maybe interest them in the idea that we're doing this at the pumping station. There are 2 gardens that are going to be planted, the Otis Road pumping station, in order to kind of filter the roof runoff and any overflows that are headed for the marsh, so it'll clean it. So we were thinking of a similar thing for if we could interest the SBA in such a thing, we would do behind the conservation markers, we would do, vegetation that would help with the runoff from all the cars that come. But I can take it up with Jen. I can take it up with Pete. I mean, these things take a long time.
Yeah.
And you're a member.
Would have to approve.
Well, she needs to do the conservation markers and needs to figure out where
The plantings along
it would be,
the salt marsh.
yeah. They would be, that's the idea. I mean, they don't have to go for it, but we would like the conservation markers to get back up. Many of them have come down.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that's true.
Yeah, it was a bad winter.
Yeah.
And Jen,
Markers, there's street signs that are down too.
Jen was going to look into whether the accuracy of the markers, because I'm not sure that they're terribly accurate, but.
So I'd say, I guess there's 2 things. One, our ability as a board, what do we force anyone to do? That's limited. Does that not mean I don't want to help?
No, I know. I mean,
and say,
we try to work with.
I am very comfortable that I think, I love that runoff idea. It's fabulous.
Yeah.
I love that.
The runoff that goes
in. Make sure that, I'm comfortable. Make sure. Things aren't.
So, I mean, you can leave it in my capable or incapable hands, and Della and I can take it up with them.
I'm happy to.
But the markers need to be established by conservation.
Yeah. Again, I can't,
But
there's
it's
no
not part of the
bylaw. I can't-
And it will
It's not part-
filter,
it's not part of the liquor license.
it will filter their vodka too.
Yeah.
So,
There you go.
it will filter all the alcohol too.
Yes. Happy to
Like a
do
liver.
that. It's like a liver. There you go. It's-
So should we utilize you sometimes, or it's too much?
Sure, yeah, no,
Can we?
no.
Okay, yeah, it'd be nice to be able to get this on the road. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you. Wow. Well, great. Well, thank you. No, that's good. I think that's done well. Sorry, I was like right here and like you're on it. feel bad.
I know you, I was,
We're ahead of
I know.
you're ahead of schedule, you're really doing great.
And now we are.
Motion?
Sure. Please, yeah. And then, just.
And thank you for coming.
I will,
Yeah.
thank you.
Move to renew the 2026 seasonal on-premises section 12 club all alcoholic beverage license for the Scituate Beach Association from April 1, 2026 through January 15, 2027, with approved hours of Monday through Thursday, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m., Friday through Sunday, 11 a.m. to 12 a.m.
Mr.
Hold on, I got 2 more.
Oh, sorry.
There's more of those.
Move to renew the 2026 annual entertainment license for the Scituate Beach Association for inside entertainment only, live amplified music, Sundays, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m., Monday through Thursday, 10 a.m. to 10 p.m., Friday and Saturday, 11 a.m. to 12 a.m., and finally, further, move to renew the 2026 seasonal off-premises Section 15 all alcoholic beverage license for Jack Mena Incorporated DBA 7-Eleven from April 1st, 2026 through January 15th, 2027, with approved hours of Monday through Saturday, 8 AM to 11 PM, Sunday, 10 AM to 11 PM.
Moved by Mr. Gilmore, second by Ms. Harrison. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, just, yeah, reach out to me. We'll figure-
Thank you.
Makes sense.
All right, this is, oh, next, discuss and vote. This is just a reappointment.
Reappointment, Dan Cusio to the
Yeah,
board.
board of registers.
I have a motion when you want.
Questions, concerns? Go for it.
Move to reappoint Ann Cusio to the Board of Registrars of Voters. This term expires in 2029.
One more second on Ms. Schlegel, all in favor?
Aye.
It's unanimous. Thanks. On to other business.
I have correspondence, Mr. Chair, please. This is a letter to the board. Dear Mr. Gilmore, the Board of Directors of South Shore Community Action Council Incorporated, SSCAC, is pleased to announce that it has selected Nikki Gallavois, PhD, as the new Chief Executive Officer of SSCAC, effective 9 March 2026. Community Action Success Story. A community action success story, Ms. Gallavois attended Head Start as a child and was supported by many of the same programs provided by community action agencies today. She brings 25 years of leadership experience across community action, state government, and human services, a deep understanding of SSCAC's programs, strategic vision, operational rigor, and an unwavering commitment to SSCAC's mission, clients, and communities. She joined SSCAC as the planner in 2009 and took on the role of Director of Planning and Development in 2017, overseeing fundraising communications, evaluation, community needs assessments, and strategic planning. Ms. Gallavois also supervises a number of direct service programs focused on child and family development, financial stability, and food insecurity. She is currently a member of the Board of Directors for Emerge, an internationally recognized domestic violence intervention program in Malden, and the Community Benefits Advisory Committee at Beth Israel Lahey Hospital in Plymouth. Mrs. Gallavois, this is what part I wanted to read. Mrs. Gallavois received her BA in sociology from Smith College and her PhD in sociology from Boston College. Both coming to SSCAC, Ms. Gallavois, before coming, Ms. Gallavois worked as the Director of Domestic Violence Intervention Programs at the Massachusetts Department of Public Health, taught at Boston College, Stonehill College, and Curry College, and served as a member of the Parent Leadership Committee at Boston College High School. Ms. Gallavois succeeds Lisa Spencer, who dedicated more than 40 years to SSCAC. Under her leadership, SSCAC purchased and renovated the East Wareham School for Use by its early education program, opening its doors for children and families in September of 2025. Ms. Spencer made a powerful and enduring difference in the quality of life for thousands of low-income individuals and families throughout the region. On behalf of the board, I invite you, our board, to congratulate and welcome Ms. Gallavois in her new role at SSCAC. Phone number here with extension and email address. So I extend my hearty congratulations to this great addition to the SSCAC. Next.
I do have a little correspondence as well from the Salt Marsh group. They were wondering about the RFP that Corey had put together and was finalized in January of 2026. And then it was supposed to go out for bids on in March. I sent that to you the other day.
Yeah, I should catch up with Sean, yeah. Sean, the engineer, is the one who's working on it. So I'll get it with them tomorrow.
That's all I have. That's all I have.
That's all I have.
We have a motion to approve some minutes.
Yes.
We're not doing any liaison.
If you'd like to update as part of correspondence, you're more than welcome.
I did go to the coastal the other day, and they're working. They're getting very close to the wireless alert system. They're urging people to sign up for the smart 911 text alerts, and they're working really hard on getting our class 7 rating up. Apparently, there's 2 homes in violation right now, and if these 2 homes became compliant, everyone who has to pay flood insurance would save another 5%, but the person who is in charge of compliance is the position that has not been filled in 3 years, the director of planning and development, as well as the building.
Isn't this what I had asked you about, Jim, earlier?
Yeah, Corey's working on it.
Corey's working on it.
Corey's working on it. She's working with the 2 homeowners to try to get them into voluntary compliance before we start fining. So.
I just have good news, because Jim and I met with, Susan and Tom Fiore, and they own the kitchen and bath interior, showroom in Greenbush, and they're working on, helping us with the Mordecai Lincoln kitchen, the caretaker cottage on donated materials, so we will have that next meeting.
Fantastic.
So it's good news, but we'll also have more
Very good
information.
news.
I know, it was awesome, it's so,
Is there a floor plan
so
available
great.
for that?
Yeah, I
Yes,
can send it to you.
and we wanted to talk to you about one.
Yeah.
You wanna do some permitting?
I already hit them up.
Yeah.
You're right, yeah.
I just need a floor plan so I can see
Yeah.
what it is you're looking for. and then
Yeah,
I'll find
we
it
will,
for you.
we will send you that too, it's so exciting. when
Linoleum.
folks
Shiny
pitch in.
side up.
Future,
Yeah.
linoleum.
Shiny side up.
Anyway, just a quick, let's have more next week, and they will be here next meeting, not next
Good deal.
week, but it is super exciting,
Especially we're
and,
used to-
and very generous.
Very
generous.
It's quite awesome. Just folks know the Cushing reuse committee is up and running now. If we're still that, just
Who is liaising to that?
as of right now, the chair will, we will decide.
So you went to the meeting last night?
Way to get it going.
Excellent.
All right.
Motion to accept the minutes?
Yes.
Release.
Move to accept the select board minutes for March 10, 2026.
Second.
Moved and seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
It's unanimous. Motion to adjourn.
Motion second.
Moved and seconded. All in favor of
Aye.
adjourning?
Aye.